called a chainsaw. Yeah, what were it invented for? Cutting limbs off. It was invented for surgery. So it's really good at cutting limbs off. This is a large piece of chain. Just shows you what it all is, how it all works. So we've got these pieces here called cutters. We've got left and right cutters. Because if they were all just on one side, the saw would cut like a banana. So they have to have them alternate so it cuts evenly, cuts nice and straight. And they're set at 30 degrees. So that means I'm going to keep it in the correct angle as I'm sharpening it. So as I place it on, we line this line up with the guide bar so that that's at 30 degrees. I then decide how many strokes of the file it's going to take to make that a good sharp cutter. So I'm going to slide it across, and it's always full file strokes. And your file only works one way, only works that way. Dragging it backwards, called draw filing, just knocks off the sharp edge you've just put on. So as we go through, line it up. Three strokes. I have to make sure that I don't sharpen that one again as I push this chain round. We'll mark it up. Where we do it, we pick up the cord, and we're going to use the cord purely as a handle. And we're going to turn this central wheel, and we're going to turn it 6 times. So you've got to get a real good hold here, because as we turn it, we're tensioning a spring, so it gets increasingly difficult to turn. It's quite strong. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now it's trying to spring back, so I've got to get hold of it with my other thumb. Get all the kinks out of the cord. Get hold of the handle. Let go with my thumb. Give it a couple of pulls. It should just sit like this. There's certain bits on your saw itself, the body, that need servicing, and we've got numerous Technopart chainsaws that we can show you what we're servicing. Once you've dealt with the chain and the guide bar, you don't need to keep your gloves on. The bit that powers the chain is this piece. That's fixed. Where I've taken the chain and bar off this one, we've got this drum here, which is the same as this drum here. And what this does, this is the drive sprocket. So that's sat on there. The chain fits in around it, so that as the drive sprocket turns, it sends the chain around. And it wears out.
So, why did you pick this course?
Well, I've done my first aid with Tyro, so I've heard about them before through that, and then they send emails out with other courses that they're offering at the moment. So that's how I heard about them. And
what's your favourite thing about this course?
About the course?
Yeah.
Glenn. Glenn's my favourite instructor. Yeah, he's great. He's very hands-on with how you're teaching it, and because it's only David and myself, so it's very few people. It's very personal learning. So I feel like I'm really taking it in, rather than like when I was back at school in a classroom. I didn't feel like I was being spoken to. Like here, I do feel like I'm being spoken to. So I understand what's being shown and sort of getting it a little bit quicker than I would in other circumstances. I like that about the course.
That way, hear that? Go on, whack it.